Hello, my name's Professor Megan Bruce and I'm Director of Combined Social Sciences here at Durham University. In this video, I'm going to talk about the options for studying abroad or undertaking a work placement between your second and final year of the degree. So first of all, I'll talk about study abroad opportunities. There are options available to you to take a year studying abroad, whether or not you're studying a modern language. If you're studying a modern language, as a principal subject, that will automatically include a year abroad, which will be organised for you through the School of Modern Languages. If you take a Modern Languages year abroad, you'll have the choice of studying at a university, teaching English in schools, or undertaking an internship in a company or somewhere else. If you're not studying a modern language, you can still apply to do a year abroad, either through our overseas exchange programme, which has placements around the world in countries such as Canada, the USA, Singapore, Taiwan, or through the Erasmus programme, which has a range of placements in Europe. If you don't want to study abroad, but you would like to do something between your second and final year, the other option that we offer is a work placement. For both the work placement and for the study abroad option, you enter Durham on the normal 3-year degree code, the LMV0, and then we would swap you to the year abroad or the placement variant once you'd secured a year abroad or a work placement. So you don't need to worry about should you be applying with a different code, it's fine. We just deal with that in second year once you start pinning down what placement you might do. So if you take the work placement option, a work placement needs to be 40 weeks professional level work experience to count as a placement year. The 40 weeks can be made up from a single opportunity, or it can be up to 3 different placements at 3 different companies. It doesn't have to be in the same sector as you're studying, but it does need to be at a professional level, and we will support you to find work placements that suit you. So students are often keen to do a work placement because it makes sure that they've got something to talk about when they're applying for graduate roles in their final year. It might be a good opportunity to try out a career and see if that industry is a good fit for you. And it shows how your studies might come to life in a role that's related to the degree that you're studying. It lets you experience living in a new place and seeing if work suits you or if actually you're still quite committed to the idea of studying and you'd like to pursue further study. Depending on the sector, typical salaries for a 40-week work placement are about £15,000 to £20,000. This slide here shows a range of the kinds of places that people have been on work placements. You can see there's a big range of companies there. And as I mentioned before, we give you a lot of support during the placement process. We have a dedicated faculty placement manager. She offers one-to-one appointments and workshops, talks to you in departments about the process of securing a placement, helps you think about assessment centres and things like that. We give you newsletters and a Facebook group to support you when you're on placement. The Career Centre helps you with things like mock interviews to make sure that you're equipped to do the interview for the work placement. Our faculty placement manager checks out all of the placements that the students find and make sure that they're safe and make sure that you can work at a graduate level. We can also help you to approach third sector companies if that's what you want to do as well. We give you pre-placement briefings to make sure that you understand what the placement is going to involve. We help you make sure that you know other students who are going on a placement year so that when you come back, you know other students who are also final year students on your programme. And then during the placement, you'll get a placement tutor, which for Combined Honours is me. I will be your point of contact at the university. I will mark the reflective writing that you do while you're on placement, and I will either come and visit you in the work placement or do a Skype call with you and with your employer to make sure that we're in touch with you and know what you're doing while you're on placement. So either of these options, the year abroad or the work placement, is definitely something to consider, but it's a decision that you can take when you're here. We have a year abroad fair, which includes work placement information at the start of second year. So you can be having a think about that during your first year, and then you can see if that feels right for you when the time comes.